Going live.
Thank you, councillors. Welcome to the Central Coast Council Planning Subcommittee meeting for February 2024. We have the required numbers of the committee in attendance and no apologies. Can I note the members in the public gallery and thank you for your interest. And to be advised that if this council meeting is recorded, it will be live streamed and will remain available to the public online. Councillor Diprose, would you do us the courtesy of the acknowledgement of country and the statement of values, please?
The Central Coast Council acknowledges and pays respects to the traditional owners of Lutruwita, Tasmania, the Palawa people. We acknowledge the Palanapana tribe of the Northern Country, and in doing so, we celebrate one of the world's oldest continuing cultures. Guided by the diverse beliefs, experiences, and backgrounds of the people we represent, we strive to make inspired and respectful decisions today that will build a better tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Moving on with the meeting then, item 1.1 is Mayor's Communications. There's a report there. Would a councillor care to move the suggested resolution for that item?
So moved.
Thank you, Councillor Carpenter. Seconded, Councillor Beswick. Any discussion? No, there being none, I put the motion. All those in favour, aye.
Aye.
Against? The motion is carried. Item 2.1 is declarations of interest. Does any councillor have an interest to declare on the matter on this agenda? No, thank you. Moving on is 3.1, deputations. No request for deputations to address this meeting or make statements to deliver reports have been made, which takes us to item 4, open reports. 4.1, this meeting for discussion is the subdivision, 1 lot and 1 balanced lot, lot design and reliance on the bushfire prone area code at 236 Pine Road, Penguin. You have a report there that has been provided and the associated supporting documentation. And I believe we have an alternative resolution to that which was published. Whoever moves the suggested motion, that you have an alternative motion in a hard copy with you, and whoever moves that motion would need to read aloud the changes that are in condition 3. Is there someone wanting to move the alternative motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councillor Carpenter. Councillor Carpenter, do you want to read the
alternative
suggested?
motion?
Yes, please.
I
Section
will do.
4.3.
Right
Thank
from
you.
the top, I suppose, isn't it?
You can just skip to section 3 if you like.
3.
Yes,
Prior,
thank you.
thanks, Mayor. Prior to the final plan of survey being endorsed, the owner of the land must submit and enter into the following 2-part 5 agreements. The Central Coast Council under section 71 of the Land Use Planning and Approvals Act 1993. A part 5 agreement for the balance of the lot that is to set out the following matters to the satisfaction of the Director, Community Growth and Development, preventing future residential use on the balanced lot, and B, a part 5 agreement for the excise lot that is set out following matters to the satisfaction of Director of Community Growth and Development, acknowledge the 24 hours a day, 365 days a year resource development activities and operations that occur on adjoining agricultural zone land, and make reference to matters contained in the Primary Industries Activities Protection Act 1995.
Thank you. All other clauses remain as circulated. Is there a seconder for the motion, please? Thank you, Councillor Beswick. Councillor Carpenter, did you wish to discuss?
I will do, Mayor. Just briefly, thanks to the Plans Director for bringing this in. And we see excisions in rural areas quite often, and sometimes, I suppose, in the past they've been knocked back for certain reasons, one or another. And we know now it's quite clear if they're knocked back, there's no chance of building another house on that smaller block. So it's a big decision for people to make when they excise a house. They might think in 2, 3, 4 or 5 years I can rebuild a house on it. That's not possible. There's 2 clauses there basically, is you've got to have 45 hectares or whatever it is, 100 acres, plus you're also in the power policy to cater with. So that's okay, as long as they know that's fine. The issue that I find is that the people that buy the house, move into rural living, rural living areas, then down the track don't accept what happens in the rural areas. And it is an agricultural zone. So I think this Part 5 agreement, hopefully registered on the title, that excised house should make any buyer aware. They come in and think they're going to change the world and stop people from farming in the future. But hopefully this will short circuit that. I have no issue with the block size and what it's done. I think it tidies it up quite okay. There's no sort of nasty little pieces left. I do take on the representation on the neighbouring block there, but he also would be concerned about that inability to be able to farm in the future. And this should take care of that concern both ways. So I have no problem putting it forward for endorsement, Mayor.
Excellent, thank you. Any other speakers, please? Councillor Beswick.
Just briefly, Mayor, just like to thank Councillor Councillor Carpenter for having that amended motion, the alternate motion dealt with. I think it's tidied that up, and it means that the person that ends up with one or other of the properties have got some rigour around what can and can't be done. So thank you for that, and thank the staff, and I'm happy to support the motion based on that.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
Yes,
Councillor Viney.
I'd just like to thank our staff for the report that's been put together. It's very thorough, and representations have been answered and followed through. Also like to thank Councillor Carpenter on the addition to the requirements, conditions, on the basis that it absolutely makes it much clearer into the future as to the Part 5 and how it operates. Thank you.
Councillor Dipper, has anything to add?
I have nothing different to add, Mayor.
Understood. Councillor Carpenter, did you wish to add anything?
No, thanks, Mayor. Just thank the fellow councillors for their support for this sort of instance.
Excellent. Thank you. That being the case, I put the motion. All those in favour, aye.
Aye.
Against? The motion is carried. That brings us to the closure of the meeting, and there being no further business, I declare the meeting is now closed at 6:07 p.m. and thank you for your attendance.